is enabled. We are just waiting for it to come out, and going into this game, Rookie has made it plainly clear in interviews that this man has been playing Aurelion Sol in solo queue. Will this be the day we get to see it in action?
Give us the dragon, is what I feel like a lot of people are saying here for the audience. Says here, into picks and bans, Rookie is going to have his Jace taken off the table, as well as Jackie Love's Draven. And one other bot lane pick that I'd also like to mention is also potentially Ziggs, because I'm a really big Ziggs fan. I've been converted by the, formerly of the LPL Orcs, rest in peace. He's not dead, he's just not in the LPL anymore. I'll make that joke every single time I bring him up. Very, very powerful, and we've seen both Jackie Love and Gala historically also play it. And we could see it come out, I feel like, today if top esports or RNG kind of want to play a little bit more away from the bottom side of the map and just sort of have a scaling mage option through the bottom side and play a little bit more AD in the mid side. As we're here to first pick, still got Varus up and available, and I feel like that's just going to be the choice always for top esports here.
Yeah, again, like, Jackie Love loves this pick. What's more to say than everyone in the LPL right now still sees it as the best AD. On the other side, though, Jamada, I'm kind of curious about the response, because Gala and Ming, they feel like people who would just pull out Zeri, Lulu, or Lucian Nami again.
No.
Like that bottom lane, they will play something from previous patches for sure.
Yeah, as they hover Lucian and threaten the Lucian Nami. Yeah, I feel like it could be the case here that we are going to end up seeing a Lucian Nami come out from Gala and Ming, as the hover's gone all the way through and it will be locked in. I guess you could technically not go for the Nami now if you want to pick up your pick here for Wei, as typically you wouldn't see Varus plus Nami paired up together. But if you've got the Lucian, it's kind of a given that you're going to go towards it. They will actually potentially go towards the Elise, and it does make a whole bunch of sense. If you're going to try and play a high pressure lane like Lucian Nami, pick up one of the best early game tempo controller junglers like Elise, so you've got that consistent, powerful 3v3 on the bottom side, and that's what RNG are going to do.
Now, we know handshakes exist and that TN is probably looking at one himself. The biggest question is what gets partnered up here. Ash has already taken away. The hover's big. Again, Rookie's looking at it like, dude, I want to play.
See the smile on his face.
That grin. He knows that if it's left open, there's a very real chance he's going to flaunt it today.
Yeah, he wants it so bad. You can just tell by that big grin. As the Nami should come through here. Top esports go towards the more aggressive pick in Nautilus, so they've got a whole bunch of hard engage, non-committal hard engage as well through both the Sejuani and the Varus. So top esports, especially once those level 6s come online, that's where I expect to see them get super active with the bottom laners. In particular, top esports, with the solo lane still left to go, you'd anticipate with Sejuani, we probably see a couple of melee picks, and that should probably be the focus here for RNG to try and ban away things like the Yone, the Akali, things that pair up really, really well in the mid lane towards Rookie, perhaps. Things like the Renekton as well up in the top side for Qingtian, which has been a bit of a monster pick for him, whether it's weak side or strong side.
True, Qingtian is a bit of an animal on that thing, right? Like 5 games, 80% win rate, so 4 out of 5 is a dub for him. Qingtian has had a massive champion pool. In fact, he is the most unique player on top esports with 10 champions already played. So that Yone ban doubles for both Rookie and Qingtian, who pulled it out so far. Now the biggest question is, as you said, does it just tie up to another melee solo lane or something that works with Sejuani? Or do you get rid of Rookie's Aurelion Sol that is obviously still on the board?
Do you buy into the hype, right? Like, do you buy into the straight up, the sort of he's just flaunting it, isn't he? Just 24/7. He's saying, I want to play it, I want to play it, I want to play it. And I feel like today would maybe be the day we get it. We'll have to see. I feel like Aurelion Sol does fairly well into sort of short-ranged compositions, right? His kit mostly has sort of medium-range abilities. Cassante is going to be taken off the board now for top esports, so I guess for Breathe is where I'd look for him to go here in the top side. Sort of a weak pick, sort of weak side pick rather. When you've got Nami Lucian, you're expecting to not really get too many resources, and I feel like that was top esports' focus. And something like the Renekton, it can do really well on the side, and you'd be a bit of a takeaway pick as well from the side of Qingtian. So I think it's a very, very solid pick to go towards. And now Qingtian is going to have to think a little bit hard on what exactly he wants to take here into the Renekton. We got the Quinn earlier.
Yeah, we did. Apparently. I was about to say, bro, like, is Qingtian feeling it this split? Because I can totally see this coming out from top esports top laner. Ornn is something we just don't see anymore. Like, Ornn is a fridge unit, man. And when you bring the Esky to the top lane, that's beautiful CC between jungle top. Are we going to get it? Oh my god, Ornn. That's
You know what?
exciting.
I dig it. You know why I dig it? Who is killing Ornn after 2 items on the side of RNG? Go ahead, tell me, because I feel like the answer is going to be almost no one. As Top Esports playing with the idea of a Tristana mid potentially, but they do need a little bit more magic damage on their side, I feel like, just to sort of even out the damage profile. When we mentioned the Akali earlier being hovered, I feel like this is kind of a safe blind at the moment with things like Blanc gone, and I know it's sad. It's not going to be the fire-breathing
He literally,
Stardust
Rookie
Dragon.
wasn't even smiling, dude. He was sitting there like, League of Legends, like, what even? I'm not even acknowledging that a champion that we just never see. I'm not acknowledging it. Not until because Renekton mid, would you really play Alawi? Oh my god.
Hold on. Please.
Jamada,
please
I'm holding. Jamada,
please.
Jamada,
I love
no.
this champion.
No.
Do it.
Oh,
do it, you big baby.
Why?
I'm so sad.
It's so good against Thorn.
Dude.
Jamada solo cast, bro. I'm out. I'm out.
Ah, man. Alawi actually rocks the top side. This would have been such a game-breaking pick, in my opinion. But we're going to get the Silas. And I feel like it makes a whole bunch of sense, right? You've got 5 really powerful almost to steal away. It's always been a skill matchup historically that we've seen in the history of League of Legends. Since Silas has been out, it's always been a pick into Akali. Yeah, I'm as sad as you guys are, but I feel like the RNG composition kind of rounded out quite nicely. Skirmishing mid lane, 3v3 on the bottom side, and a top side which can weak side. It is a little bit lacking in the scaling department, which I will say I kind of worry about into a team like Top Esports, who have, yeah, sure, always had pretty solid early game so far this year. With a more mid to late game composition, you would maybe expect, you know, flat surface level for the Top Esports side to fall behind, but Top Esports have shown that they're quite creative a lot of the time. It doesn't necessarily have to go that way just because the draft dictates that it potentially should. So I'm looking at Royal Never Give Up and I'm saying, you guys have to really put your foot on the gas here and get a massive gold lead to ensure that Top Esports can never actually get back into this one, because if it's even footing, 5v5, they should be taking it.
But we talked about Top Esports being one of our best early game teams. We've talked about Top Esports being in charge of the split, considering that this team is the quickest in the LPL. Their average game duration after 7 wins and 2 losses, 9 series in total, is under 30 minutes. Top Esports win games or even lose games before 30 minutes on average. This team is potent. They are the spirit of the LPL right now, and running into RNG, who have had a really rough start of the split, they're going to show us they mean business, or RNG are going to wake up here in this split and realize that they got to get a move on themselves, much like their composition here against TES in Shanghai.
Jayo's ring. And I don't feel like we can really put enough emphasis on it, can we? The fact that RNG do kind of need to get a bit of a move on as far as the standings are concerned. I feel like 5-5, maybe not where many people were expecting RNG to be, but you know, you look at the context of it. Losing to mostly the top teams, right? We'll ignore the anyone's legend. You know what? Hell, RNG, they're 6-4, right? We don't see the 5-5. It doesn't necessarily feel too bad, but it's not exactly where we expect them to be.
Yeah.
So I really do kind of hope for their sake we'll get more. Go on.
I will say to you that RNG at the start of the split, I did think losing Xiaohu would mean a massive piece of direction. I think when I did power rankings, I put them 8th, 9th, or 10th, one of them, right? I put them at the birth of playoffs, but I didn't put them anywhere higher than that because, again, direction in the LPL is so important when we have such a chaotic league that has in the past been known for its heavy skirmishes, its trading plays, not necessarily around neutrals, but around just simply gaining a net advantage. That, you know, shot calling, I think, has a even more important role in our league. So, Jamada, you know, RNG, again, especially in the later part of the split, have been kind of hitting that expectation. As you said, this is the race to playoffs now, and they've got to kind of muster up. Top Esports might be a different beast. As in this game, you did talk about a great dredge line. Maybe not that, but you should have been. Ming has to flash away. Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. It's not the start you want for the RNG bottom side, though. Fusion Army level 1. It's kind of the only time where you can kind of be taken advantage of here in the bottom side of the matchup. Once the heal starts to come through from Ming, then you know you can kind of sustain through a lot of that potential all-in. But Tien gonna take advantage of the fact that that trade went through, and all 3 members from the bottom side of Top Esports just kind of dipping into the bottom side. Wei's gonna get spotted on this ward, but it might get cleared away. So both junglers have pretty good ideas of where each other are, as they're trading at each other right now.
Now indeed, there's going to be a Permafrost coming through for Way, so a good trade back from Tien as Angel now goes in all the way to Rookie. But this 2v2 continues on as Way wants to consistently push Tien away, especially from his own side of the jungle. Tien crosses here and has his top side to clear away. Well, we can just note that for RNG, the early game looking pretty good up in this top side in the meanwhile. Other lanes we can ignore for the time being, Jamada, because Breed is pretty much doing the Singe thing with almost a 5 CS lead.
Yeah, true. Do you know what else would be a really, really solid pick here? So you can just ignore it for the entire game. Alawi.
Alawi.
Really cool. Yeah. But
Yes.
I'm
Do you
really
play
mad
Alawi?
that I do. That's why I'm so mad that they hovered it and didn't lock it in, considering how solid this what it is for it.
Oh, hang on.
Hello.
Tien's in trouble. Arctic is not beautiful, but the Wolves are taken. Breeze invade. Level 5 genius. Oh, that's a good question too. He does turn as Permafrost is needed for Tien. He'll find it, but Rookie coming in is an Akali early on. Not much damage. Now for the Ruthless Predator, when you have half a Fury Bar is great, but buying time. Ching Tien, the flash. It's first blood already given over, but the Bellows Breath. Angel getting launched in. Ching Tien has blocked the way for Tien. But repel up as Angel. Look at Terrence shot. Oh no, and now Ornn. Way's running away as he should, because Ornn is a refrigerating unit. French doors, ice tray, the works. You gotta run from this 2-0 beast.
And he wanted to smack you over the head with that ice tray as well. Way very happy to walk away from that one. What a comedy of errors from, honestly, both sides there. I want to get a replay out of that, as we might actually end up not getting a replay out of this.
Are we dancing?
Ming's in trouble.
Oh, we're dancing. Checking on beautiful flash behind his support. Survives so long as Gala gets ignited. We'll get the trade kill, excuse me. Choking on my bread, Mark. Spectator bug, guys. Don't worry, he made it. And we have 7 kills in 5 minutes.
He phased through the wall. He didn't flash. I don't know what he's talking about. Hysterics. As yeah, look at this. I mean, so obviously we had Breathe invade, take the wolves, and forced out the flash from Tien. And you're kind of wondering, is Breathe going to get chunked out here? But as soon as the Shroud expires, it's just jumped on by RNG onto Rookie. He can't escape at all. Gets bursted out. Breathe drops. Does he just take it out? What makes him take? That's the creep.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, that's a
rough.
disaster. That is a complete disaster. As, yeah, down here, Ming just face checks, unfortunately, waiting in the bush mark, and gets taken out for it, but it is traded out 1-for-1 as Gala just slips in, takes out Jackie Love, gets over the wall. And I heard a flash, but I'm not sure if it's on the replay or here.
Dude, is Breathe the jungler or what? It's got the duck flashed away from this Renekton. Go back to your own lane.
Dude, he's everywhere, isn't he? Hysterics, check on the desk. Breathe might be there in like 2 seconds.
My God, that's the 3rd time he's roamed down. 1 for Wolves, of course, then the follow through in the invade. And now, towards mid, he's going to lose a plate for it, but still, Breathe is the 2nd jungler.
Yeah, I guess after Ching Tien got those 2 kills, he just said, I'm probably going to be kind of even anyway. I mean, it's a good roam timer. He doesn't miss out too much, right? It's just about how much Ching Tien gets out of that play in terms of picking up the plate. But away from the top side, down here, it seems like Top Esports will be able to secure the Dragon. Way is on this side of the map, but it feels like RNG just don't really want any business down here right now. And this first Dragon in the game will go over to Top Esports, no contest.
But Jamada, shenanigans aside, this is not good for RNG's early game. As Way finds out his red buff not completely up yet, but you know, you were saying that this game needed to be hard, fast for RNG. It needed to be paced. But Top Esports, even though getting some trade kills, have matched it every step of the way. And you have a 2-0 Ornn. You have an Akali that's winning the lane. You know, and now at the 6.2 with kill threat. Bot is also doing pretty well, as we've seen in the 2v2.
Yeah, you know, the thing about Nami Lucian is it's continually kind of evolved since it's been in the meta for, oh, I don't know, like the last year now. It feels like people have gotten used to, yeah, it's not that long. It feels like people have gotten used to dealing with it in lane, right? A lot of the time it feels like you won't actually see Nami Lucians leave lane with massive leads unless it's been, you know, kind of a bit of a fiesta, jungle camping down there, 3v2 constantly, a whole bunch of pressure. It's more about that mid-game spike a lot of the time, so I'm hoping for RNG's sake that Gala and Ming can kind of get to those core items ASAP so that they can start being moved around the map by RNG and utilize in terms of their strength. This is a Hex Flash maybe forward, nope.
Ming thinking about an Acro Prison in response. Dredge lines have been pretty good from Mark so far as Ming's hovering around the idea The 2v2 will push against JackeyLove and Mark, so we can ignore it for now unless jungle gets intertwined. What I want to look at now is a dredge line against the wall. Okie dokie. There's Chains Corruption. Wow, Gala! Is he... Was that hacked? What the hell? That Captain Jack was instantaneous.
That was nuts. I almost didn't catch it. I'm not gonna lie, it was that fast. My goodness me. Gala. Reactions incredible off of that missed dredge line. Now Wei is here, and Mark could be in trouble.
Yeah, he's got a block with the dredge line out, tries to buffer Wei under turret. The Aqua Prison, beautiful. Mark doesn't die. Here comes the poke from JackeyLove, and Wei's out in the nick of time as Tien wants to fly through with an Arctic Assault, but Gala and Ming hold their ground.
Yeah. 3v3 down here on the bottom side as both junglers show up. One in aggression, one to just kind of defend the play. Oh, level 6! Oh.
Okay, closer prison comes through. Tien plays the experience as you were mentioning, and Gala just dodges.
Yeah, Tien really, really cheeky there. Walks into the bush, level 5, immediately just hits 6, I think. Real nice as mid lane. Ooh, 1v1 now, just action everywhere, Hysterics.
Angel hit, yeah, I love it. It's exactly how I want my LPL games to go. RNG still 500 gold behind, but at least we can see they're trying to build pace in this game through bot specifically, with Wei who came down and managed to add a bit of pressure.
Breathe. This RNG second jungler. Huh.
Dude, Rome number 4.
When did they sign this new jungle, guys?
It's good. I didn't know Renekton jungle was viable either, so it's getting a bit of an insight.
Yeah. I'm still mad at him for not locking me on that way, by the way. It's gonna take me a while to go.
Hey, the fact that they probably flex it and like share the idea, you know, I think is more than I ever believed I was gonna get today anyway.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think I'd get an Alawi hover in the old that's a shroud. Hello.
Yeah, not going to be found up from the knock-up from Ming. Has been hitting some good Aqua Prisons here in this game as it looks like top Esports just group up towards mid, get a bit of pressure because the Herald is up Damata. It's been sitting there for quite a while, and if no one touches it, then it is just going to sync up with that second dragon.
Yeah, true. 90 seconds until that time is available. We have no cleanse now.
Oh, JackeyLove with the solo kill potential. He has flash, but doesn't need to burn it. Gala's just out. Top Esports are saying, well, Herald for bot lane just getting wiped.
Yeah, and this is going to be a whole bunch of plays. First one goes over, and Mark, Tien, they're just going to use their big bulky bodies and all of those base stats CC. Just to threaten the fact that they could very easily kill Ming or Gala. That second play goes over, and look at that CS just being missed underneath the tower. And it's just really rough because the commitment has been made by RNG to pick up this Herald, but it's already been traded up several hundred gold here.
Holy
and all of it is going into JackeyLove's back pocket. There is no plate sharing here. So that was, what, 450-ish gold, more or less?
Yep.
Absolutely absurd uptrade there for top Esports.
I mean, close to getting a fourth one from that single play. Rookie, Tien, Mark, all hover still, and Angel and Wei have to take a very safe path towards the bottom side. Meanwhile, JackeyLove, if he hits arrows, Gala's going to get poked out again as Mark just walks down. Tien going to be spotted out by a ward. Wei is here with the Herald, but Chains Corruption's almost up and available from the play that started this off as Cullen comes through to just try and push the wave.
Yeah, just pushing the wave back a little bit. Tien, what's he looking for? Is he just kind of feeling like Wei was maybe going to do something a bit weird? I think so. But nothing should really go down. We've got a big extended focus on this bottom side. I think maybe top Esports making that last play. I'm really not too sure. But the posturing will eventually pay off. The dragon is also spawning in 5 seconds, so that could also be why.
Yep.
Tien is just investing so much time down here.
Herald to be used down the bottom side, you expect here is Breathe and Tien still battling it out. That dragon will have double TP for both of our top laners here in this game. As Call the Fort God going to be used beforehand. Tien is going to find a bit of damage, but ambitious to, I guess, pull out the ulti of Breathe when is a team fight engage.
Yeah, and I feel like, to be honest with you, Breathe is quite happy with that trade, like always. Imagine if somehow top Esports would find a window for Tien to come down towards the bottom side, teleport into a tower, start the fight up, right? But with that armor gone, it's not going to be a thing. Breathe definitely very happy with that trade, but Tien that engaged in that little trade in the first place is top Esports still in the extended play. It seems like they're just going to get this dragon again for free. So RNG, sure they picked up the Herald on the top side, but the trade was felt almost instantly by the bottom side of the map. And so far, it feels like the options in terms of where it'll actually be put down kind of limited, right? The mid lane feels like Rookie has had pretty firm control of the priority down there, and as far as the top side is concerned, sure, giving the gold to Breathe would feel, I don't know, nice for Breathe, but that's kind of it. You need Gala, in my opinion, to have a lot of that gold.
I'm concerned either way because you have a minute to get plating. Like, there has to be a play immediately, so it feels like it has to be mid, it has to be top right now. Wei has to, unironically, find a way into a lane because 50 seconds left of plating, and Herald without the plate, yeah, is just kind of not a Herald at all. So Rookie is going to have his tower bashed in. The Tien spots Wei on the way out.
I don't think Angel's even going to get the goal. He could even get punched because he wants it.
And he doesn't get it.
Nope. So it's one Herald, which gets one plate.
Yep.
And it all goes into Wei. I'd call that a far from ideal situation, to be quite honest. But
yeah.
Take what you can get, and it only cost Gala, I don't know, 3 waves and almost 4 plates.
4 plates. He did lose that 4th plate as well. Yeah. Not the best. Look, this early game has not been what RNG wanted. Again, coming back to how you said it needed to play out. RNG really had to play the aggressive stance. They had to snowball this game. But 2 Dragons, Top Esports now have time. They have an Ornn in their comp. Shimada, they have such a big front line in comparison. And their engage is everywhere. So I'm kind of wondering how RNG are going to take this 3rd Dragon, take this, I guess, first fight of their game. Because they haven't found a real successful one so far as Angel. Dredge line, depth charge, he's over the wall, he flashes. And that's Mark Summoner, used for exactly that.
Yeah, not too bad. Flash, support for mid, you always take it. Hello,
oh, Cocoon, flash away.
Wow.
Transcorruption used. Angel now having a depth charge, or rather, a Glacial Prison. Uses it on the original user as Tien blocks up. Jackie Love now hitting from the back line. Here comes Rookie.
Rookie.
Flies through the perfect execution. Rookie's name every time. It gives you the illusion of something he's not. He's a bloody veteran. As Mark's dredge line, the hitbox gives Rookie a double. Top Esports and near the top for a big reason as Wei has to watch from afar as his team has been sliced and diced and torn apart. This Elise may be very beautiful in spirit, but now he's going to turn into spider pudding as Breathe comes through, but he's in the middle of a whole team. Ambitious to say the least with a TP of their own. He survived for a while, but Renekton can't finish the job. However, Wei does. The end jumps in. Hang on, Breathe has done it. I can't believe he has, but he's absolutely done this.
Let Breathe cook, man. That was really insane. The Gold Drinker heal just about gets him through that exchange. Rookie, he's going to be found by Ming. I think he's just trying to die to Ming. Yeah, I think he's got the right idea here. As the shutdown will go over to the support of RNG. And that was definitely very, very precarious in the very beginning for RNG there. The engage comes through over the wall with this tidal wave and really well executed from Jackie Love. Just have the reactions to not get caught out by that one. A really nice juggling of a lot of that culling, but as soon as Rookie enters this fight, it just feels like it's over, doesn't it? Angel gets immediately blown up in the initial exchange, and yeah, Gala doesn't have much to say against a level 11 Harley at this point.
How does this
dredge line, it's just... Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. That's not too bad. You know, we said, wait, itsy bitsy spider, show us what you've got. And he just about made it out in time, and Breathe goes in. It looks a bit green. And then he presses the Gold Drinker button, and he's back to 1.3 KHP. So, not bad. And it buys enough time for Angel to come back in. And also get involved in the action after dying first in the very beginning of that team fight in the first place.
And the triumph just made it so frustrating to watch as Breathe single-handedly comes in, turns to play RNG, now with a bit more gold back to their name. We're going to be real though, Top Esports came back and found, you know, the majority of the kills in that fight overall. But now we're neck and neck a bit more. Herald does go over, but I'm wondering if RNG, because of that play, Jamada, might actually have a bit more to do here at this next Dragon coming up in 20 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just gauge the items, right? Everyone is kind of at item completion parity. You could argue RNG kind of in front with the mandate being available for Ming and how much that can buff up Gala specifically. So RNG will feel pretty confident about being here, as kind of shown by the positioning. The only issue is with Top Esports having this Herald, they're postured more towards mid. It's a much more threatening position because they can pick up this tier 1. And if they can guide this second Herald, don't forget, they can get 2 charges. They might even kill the tower before the Herald comes through. But they're just going to let Angel deal with it, and RNG, they'll start the Dragon. But it is very slow, exactly.
5K as it gets pulled out. I mean, Gala's not doing enough. Top Esports here. The team fighters would call the Forge God. The Ram Jam flies through. Hot damn! Rookie nails through the back line. Qingtian set it all up, and like a game of bowling, that's a strike.
That was just, there's just no way you can really deal with it. Now, Angel has an all-no of his own. And funnily enough, Top Esports are in the exact same position RNG just got caught out, but RNG don't want to pull the trigger at a numbers disadvantage. I feel like they're not strong enough to take that 3 versus 4, even with the ultimates being blown. So they'll just back away. But the Dragon hasn't been taken down, I guess, the crucial part. So Top Esports aren't going to snowball that one just yet, as Cheeky, Angel just gets towards the mid lane, picks up that tier 1 for himself. So the tower's traded in mid side at the very least. But I expect these two teams are immediately going to go back towards the river and butt heads as, yeah, Rookie just free access to the back line. Ultimate comes in here from Qingtian, double knock up on the bottom lane, carries E, used as a taxi onto Wei around the back line.
That's how Jackie Love
Clean
died. Breeze took out Jackie Love on the back. The times of being a virus versus Renekton. Just Breeze versus the world, really, at this point. That's a big crock.
Yeah, wasn't quite catching that, I'm not gonna lie. As everyone was so focused on the RNG bottom lane, Tidal Wave kind of just hit him, and unfortunately Jackie Love left to the wind. As we come back out of that replay, and it's Top Esports on the Dragon again, and RNG still feel okay about contesting this for now.
They don't have a fast dragon either though, Shavana. No. They really don't. Culling comes through, Qingtian absorbs it. Now we're going to 50-50 for the Chemtech. Number 3 here for Top Esports. They get it. As they lock it down, Breeze tries to get Rookie in the back line, but now he's isolated with Dominance used through. Qingtian's absorbed so much damage. Jackie Love again, the target, he flashes away, but somebody help the poor man. Get Breeze away. Gore Drinker heals him up, but this time he's stunned to his death. The chain disruption from Angel was a beautiful steal as Gala's ready to clean it up. Breeze has bought so much time, but as Rookie goes to the back line to bring this play all back, this man doesn't miss. Rookie, my lord. There is a reason that this man can have whatever team he wants.
He keeps on finding the backline consistently, and RNG just can't do anything about it. And despite Breeve's heroics and trying to take down Jackie Love, it is just not enough. I think the Chains of Corruption delays RNG so much when it comes to trying to capitalize once the rest of Top Esports kind of backs away into the pit. We get a good look at it here in the replay. You can see Breeve just has eyes for Jackie Love, and yet the Chains of Corruption just spreads and keeps everyone at arm's length from RNG. The threat of Rookie as well. This ultimate, additionally from Qingtian, there's just too many zoning tools, and Rookie's case, zoning champion, as even though they should take out Tien, and you can sort of see the blood is in the water for RNG, they want to move forward. As soon as Rookie goes in, it feels like it emboldens the rest of Top Esports to just come out of this pit and take down the members trying to collapse on them, and very easily they take down those members of RNG. They get the Dragon, they get the fight. Now they're one away from Soul, and they can start to focus on this top side now that the Baron's up and available.
I don't know, I sound like a broken record, Shimada, but 21 minutes in with Soul Point, things aren't looking good for RNG if we consider what the early game was. A couple of to and fro plays, a couple of back and forth Breeze with a significant carry, but we come back to the original idea of these two comps running into each other, and Top Esports, their Ornn has 2.5 items. Sejuani has the Radiant Virtue, excuse me.
There you go.
Rookie's getting towards 2 items. Jackie Love is definitely there too. There's so much damage coming through now, and Top Esports are getting harder to kill.
And they're only going to get harder to kill as well, when you think about it, right? Jackie Love approaching 3 items, and with this bulky 3 champion frontline, it's just going to be so hard to get on top of him. And Rookie has the Morello second. Of course, don't forget, it's not the same old Morello, which kind of just gave you sort of mediocre stats and a little bit of Grievous Wounds. Gives you a little bit of M-Pen as well, so it gives you some of that additional threat you might be looking for onto the back line.
Okay.
I expect to see maybe a Zhonya's third, unless he's just snowballing, go towards Death Cap, but Zhonya's just kind of buy more time in the backside, you'd expect. Could be the third iron pick up as Top Esports. And all of the pressure.
Jungler's bot.
Yeah, not him just having a good idea of where everyone is on RNG. They just start this one up. And RNG, they have to just poke and prod through this.
Well, Qingtian, that ulti will come through straight away. You know that. The level 13 Ornn ready to fly in as Mark with the depth charge. Dredge line, he finds his target Angel, and here we go front to back, but great damage in return. Angel able to knock up, but Mark able to get the kill. Breeze coming in the middle of everyone. Will he be able to find Mark? Yes, no, yes, no. What's the answer? Breeze
Rookie
can't do what he did before, while Rookie is just taking on the world, man. Don't give him a Carly ever again.
Did he just 1v3 the backline whilst that nonsense was going on? My goodness, Rookie is a monster, man. You just can't do anything about it. And pretty much off the back of Rookie's 1v3, Top Esports will just get the Baron. They can go reset, and the Dragon spawns up in 90 seconds time. That'll be Chemtech's soul. And off that, you have to imagine Game 1 is just going to go Top Esports' way. Dredge line connects here onto Angel, and even though the tidal wave is good, it even interrupts the Forge God ult from Ornn. It doesn't matter. Just look at Rookie. He's just 1v3. No one can stop him. There's no point and click hard CC. Cocoon goes wide.
Oh my god.
It's just not legal. Not legal, is it?
It's just the team's like, my god, Knight was good. This is what they're saying. Knight was good, but man, we scored with Rookie. Hot damn, you did. This guy has been legendary throughout many years. I thought 2018 he was playing out of his mind. I think 2020 or 2021, there were a couple of splits in there. He was just playing undeniably the best League of Legends in the mid lane, or at least one of across the world. Rookie's 9-2-5 here in this game. He's a Carly, seems to be taken over and giving him so much more credit, but he deserves it here as Top Esports. Channel down mid, Breeze tries to get a trade across map, but now in-hip turret is opened up, and Top Esports with 18 kills and a 7,000 gold lead look to put their stamp on game number 1 of this series.
It feels like Rookie's playing as if he's got a chip on his shoulder, right? From the 2020 Summer Split with Week7. He wants to prove.
Oh, you remember?
Oh yeah, well, I was here for the start of that downfall. It's
true.
Funny.
You were.
I saw that firsthand. I feel like Rookie, he wants to return to the world stage, and he's definitely playing like it.
He deserves it, man. Many splits. Again, the thing is, you know, LPL, there's, let's be real, right? In the English side, less viewership, less eyes watching these players. And yeah, it's always domestically, you're going to say, oh, this player is one of the best in the world. I think, you know, when players play domestically, it's a very different experience. How they play on the world stage also matters a lot. You have legends over in the LCK, people like Baker, Zekker as well, who was once in the LPL, but really made his name at the last World Championship. But Rookie is someone who not only has won Worlds himself, but consistently performs like one of the best mid laners in our league, who constantly deserves a spot at the world stage, because we want to see him go against these other mid laners to see if that statement truly holds up. It's exciting to see him perform this well in this game as Rookie. He's going to have to deal with a lot here because Breed coming in for the TP, called the Forge got stolen and used onto Jackulov. They have a Chemtech soul, so they get a bit of damage here as they chip on down, but Breed is just waiting for his time. Called Forge got used in response. Glacier Prison zones off. Rookie again in the middle. Is he going to do it again? The difference is his team's here. As he jumps back, he's going to help out with Breed, and he shreds him down now front to back. Top Esports can do no wrong. As RNG run for the hills, and even with a great Aqua Prison, Ching with a flash, Searing Charge might not connect, but the effort's the same. Top Esports wants blood as Rookie jumps in, half-health Ming on this Akali. Gali gets poked down by Jackulov, and this team wins sub-30 for a reason. It doesn't matter the composition. It doesn't matter who they're going up against. TES seek out blood, seek out competition, and they seem to be winning every damn time.
Game number 1. It will go over to Top Esports. They take out Wei on the fountain, and it was a bit of a slaughter, to be honest with you, start to finish. Felt like RNG's answers and attempts at making plays on the map were pretty limited, and whenever they did happen, they were just traded out quite easily by Top Esports. And yeah, I feel especially that first Herald trade, it just didn't feel worth it for RNG, and their time was gone. After the 20-minute mark, it felt like we saw one fight out of them where they could have maybe tried to stand toe-to-toe with Top Esports, but beyond that, the composition is just not built for team fighting from RNG, whereas Top Esports, you've got 5 incredible ultimates just move forward, buy space, and Rookie definitely kind of took advantage of that. And as well, even though Jackulov was being focused a lot by Breathe, he still had a lot to say in the damage department too, and it just felt like comp to comp, you can't 5v5 if you don't have a massive advantage there for RNG, and they just couldn't procure it in time.
I just, you know, outside of the game, obviously, Lovey pulled the pieces apart of RNG and how this comp operated. Jermaine, I feel like you gave us a really clear understanding of how RNG were playing against the clock there. But just taking, I guess, an existential step back, I just can't believe that this man still performs so well. You know, I can't get over the fact that Rookie still plays this well. Like it's kind of like the Faker effect, right? Faker's obviously the best player who's ever played League of Legends. You know, let's get that straight. Faker still has some incredible moments in the game consistently. Rookie's the same. And he's been around since the KT Rolster Arrows days. Remember, this guy has won an LCK domestic championship, by the way, as well as the world championship. This is like his 9th year of play, maybe even 10th, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just the fact that you can have this caliber of player still playing towards the top of the game on a team that can be so aggressive, and he not only keeps up, but he leads the way. That I feel like it's really hard to compete, especially for Angel. I don't blame Angel that game, Jamada. I think the laning phase, even on the Silas, was hard enough where Rookie was finding 5-10 CS leads even before the 6 mark.
Yeah, and, it's the kind of leads where, it doesn't feel oppressive at first, but then Rookie gets involved in the skirmish, right? And that's all it really took. I think it was that first skirmish right in front of the second dragon, I want to say it was off the top of my head. And beyond that, Rookie was pretty much untouched and uncontestable.